guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. As announced, in this one we're gonna do the second video where where a scammer pretended to be Johnny Depp and tried to scam money out of a woman. And so let's get right into it.
On this episode, we speak to a 59-year-old woman named Angela. She believes she's in an online relationship with a famous actor that I'm sure all of you know.
Keep it together, ladies.
His name is Johnny Depp.
I love that movie. What is it, The Secret Window, something like that?
The two connected through the app Discord and have been in contact for about a year now.
A year!
Angela has come to us to find out the truth about this person she's been speaking to after sending thousands of dollars to buy an NFT.
Damn.
She's tired of her relationship remaining through text messages and wants to meet the real Johnny Depp in person. Let's see what we can dig up and hopefully we can give her some answers. Real quick guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're gonna call Angela today, Brienne.
Alright.
And she thinks she's talking to Johnny Depp.
Angela, it's really nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you also.
Where are you at today with Johnny Depp?
Still talking to him.
Angela is a longtime fan of Johnny Depp. She was scrolling through his website and found his Discord channel. This is Johnny Depp's official Discord. But was this the real Johnny Depp she was speaking to?
So tell me about the first time you met Johnny Depp. Did he reach out to you or did you reach out to him?
I was never really a fan of his. I was more like an admirer. This all started around the time when he was coming out with the NFTs. He had said something to me in the Jack Sparrow mode. You know, one of Johnny Depp's lines.
Or I'll be the captain if you be my first mate.
That I knew of from the Pirates of the Caribbean, something like that. He was talking in that voice. He was drunk that night. I believe he said, "Do you want to have sex?"
And the capital S too. I mean, there are certain red flags, you know.
With a question mark. I mean, I fought him hard a few times, like, no, I don't think you're real.
No way you're the real Johnny Depp.
You know, this is a joke. This isn't right, you know.
When Johnny reached out to Angela, she couldn't believe it was actually him. The two chatted for hours about Johnny's NFTs and his art pieces. She fell in love with this specific NFT. It was a portrait that Johnny Depp painted of another actor named Marlon Brando.
I thought it would be a really great idea to get an NFT from him, to purchase one, and donate it to Mount Sinai Hospital here in the name of bone research.
Well, if you have the money to spend on that kind of stuff, sure.
Because I have had so many surgeries and my neck is all built. It's not mine.
Angela has had long life struggles with bone disease. She dreamt of giving back to the hospital that has helped her throughout the years. Donating the NFT to the hospital was a gift and a way of her showing her appreciation to the doctors that reconstructed her neck. Johnny requested a payment of
I will sell you the NFT for $6,000. He would have never done that. If she was really a fan, she would know that he wouldn't have had a fan pay for it. He would have donated it.
$6,000 for the rights and ownership to his NFT.
You know, there's business in there, but I think there's some emotion in there as well. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a child, you know. I'm a 60-year-old woman. You know, whether I look it or not, that doesn't matter to me.
Well, you sure sounded.
But I'm not a child. So
I'm planning to come and see you soon.
you can see I've been at this for quite some time. Actually, it'll be 9 months for coming up on.
Through the chats, Angela began to fall for Johnny Depp. They talked all day and all night.
This is where they gotta draw the line. Every one of them, no matter if it's a celebrity or not, they're falling for the person that is talking to them in the chats. That is what's going on. And they gotta draw the line when they have never met that person or never talked to them in a video conference. And even then, everything would have to be perfect. You know, no delays and no weird hang-ups and or the mouth not moving along with the audio and stuff like that. I mean, come on.
I think I'm just along for the ride until I can get this sewn up so people.
If our plan is to be together, you're going to have to trust me.
Can really see what's going on and
Angela.
You know, at this point I don't know if I am or if I'm not.
The problem is I have people in my life with their opinions.
I have a deep, very deep admiration for him.
So, Angela, you mentioned that you've been talking to him for quite some time. What's the reason why he's not able to connect with you in person?
I don't know.
How do you not know? Did he not say, I don't know, my phone is broken, or I'm too shy, or anything? Did he not offer any kind of explanation why he's not able to speak to her on the phone or through a video conference?
No, I don't know because I haven't asked him.
Then how can you assume it's him?
Like there are certain times I'll ask certain questions to him and he'll answer them. He'll answer them or not, or he'll get mad at me or not.
Things are just difficult right now. He is, for those of you that don't know, but that actually know who Johnny Depp is, he travels through the United States in an SUV sometimes. And the reason I know that is, and this is gonna sound crazy, my daughter always gets a kick out of it. I was working when I first started out in the States. I wanted to get a job, just any kind of job. So I worked at a 7-Eleven, at a convenience store, right? And Johnny Depp came in. I swear to God, he had that hat on, that beige hat, right? And he came in, and I saw that dark and also tinted windows SUV outside. And it was on the evening shift, right? And so I looked at him, and you look him in the eyes, you know it's him. There might be doppelgangers, but they don't have the same kind of energy coming out of their eyes. And so I looked up at him, and he was just getting, I don't want to say anything wrong, I think a stick of gum or something really unspectacular, right? And I don't know why he came into the store. It was, again, in on the evening shift. And when I looked at him, my eyebrows went up, and my eyes went wide, and he just subtly shook his head. And then I didn't say anything, like, as if he wanted to say, I don't need this right now, just don't. And so I just rung him up, and he left. And later on, like a few weeks later, I found out that he was actually in Virginia at that time. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. I was working at a 7-Eleven in Virginia, and so, yeah, it was him, and it was confirmed that he was in Virginia during that time. And strangely enough, I never regretted not talking to him. I wished I could talk to him because I have so many questions about his interviews and how he has been dealing with life. But yeah, I actually had him in my vicinity, and I did not speak to him because he shook his head. And I don't know why I just told you this, because we're not really talking about Johnny Depp. Of course, we're talking about a scammer pretending to be Johnny Depp.
Down inside. Do you think that you're truly talking to Johnny Depp?
I'm not sure. So, there's a lot of strange things I've seen.
I want to be with Rihanna, right? I want to be with Beyonce. I want to be with all of these beautiful, famous women. And Johnny Depp is on that level of superstardom. Why would he choose you to talk to you, Angela?
Maybe because I don't know. I like to think at one degree he saw something in me that I already knew existed. Because he asked me questions. You got to remember, this is conversations. Now we're going towards the beginning. Like, what could I do? What could I do? Like, do I know how to sing? Do I know how to dance? Do I, do any of those things?
What sense does that make? You always gotta take into consideration that Johnny Depp has to represent. He can't show up with, no offense, but with something like that. He just can't. It's gonna have to be somebody mildly attractive. I mean, not to say that she's not attractive, but
Part of me was thinking, maybe he's tired of Hollywood. Maybe he just wants to become a musician or something. Because the way he was talking sounded mostly like that.
I don't want to be famous anymore. Well, that I would buy, but that would still not explain why he's not available for phone calls or video conferences.
don't want to be in the light anymore, and I don't want to, he was talking like
I just want to buy a farm and live a normal life. Yeah, well, he can. I think he still owns those islands.
small deals, and I was paying attention to that. We've even gotten to the point where he
Maybe you can be my manager, dude.
said, well, maybe you could manage me. And I'm like, how the heck would I know where to start to do something like that?
Also, it doesn't make any sense. If he wants to get out of the limelight, then why would he need a manager? I don't know anything about artist management. Yeah, and he wouldn't be an artist anymore. If what he said prior to that was true, then why does he need an artist manager?
No. I mean, that's the kind of depth conversations that we've had, in depth. Even talked about having another baby, or
When she's what, over 60 or 60, and he's around my age, so he's close to 60.
getting a surrogate.
What are some
Oh my God, how delusional is she?
reasons that lead you to believe that you are talking to Johnny Depp?
He had sent me a clip before the album came out, was of Hedy Lamarr.
I have a new song I'm dedicating to Hedy Lamarr. Who's that? Austrian-born American actress. Hedy Lamarr, not Hedy. Died in 2000 at the age of 85. Okay.
Through the chat so I could listen to the song. And that was before the album came out.
Oh wow, this sounds really good, Johnny.
Do you guys talk on the phone?
We don't talk like the way we're talking right now. No.
Do you have video conferences?
He swears I'm gonna get a video from him, but I don't know when that's gonna happen.
I promise we will do it soon. Just relax, babe. See, this is how nobody would ever be able to string me along. Because either they want to show proof that they are who they are, or they out themselves as a scammer. Either way or another, I would find out.
I mean, last month, I sent this man $930.
That's your own fault, girl.
Even after sending thousands of dollars, Angela still hasn't received the Marlon Brando NFT.
In truth and all, I keep asking, where's my NFT? Don't I deserve that? Because I paid so much money into this already. He says, why do you keep talking about the NFT? And I'm like, well,
Because she sent the money. Oh my gosh.
because that's why I basically came in here, was to obtain the Marlon Brando NFT. That was
Right.
my initial reason, and that still has always been my reason. And I guess I'm still waiting on that.
So, Angela, about how much money would you say has been sent to Johnny Depp?
God, if I really get into this, it has to be well over $6,000.
Huh? Is she not all up there? Did she not just say she paid 6,000 for the NFT? And then didn't she mention other amounts? I'm not going back, but I'm pretty sure she did.
Well over. Because I pawned my jewelry, all my jewelry. Then, went to my bank account, everything.
Just trust me, I'm working on getting it sent to you.
Everything I had.
Angela was giving portions of her paycheck to Johnny Depp for months. He claimed he needed the money in order to get her some special passport.
I will need to get you a special passport in order for you to visit me. What? What? I've never heard that before.
So they can meet in person. But she wasn't just sending money to Johnny Depp.
You can start paying the passport off today.
She was also receiving it from him. She accepted checks and PayPals on behalf of Johnny Depp. He claimed these were his friends. She even moved money for him out of her personal checking account into his Bitcoin wallet.
How did he explain that, though? She just made herself a money mule by receiving amounts from other people that were probably getting scammed too. That is called money laundering. Dude,
At this point, he's like, oh, well, you can keep your paychecks.
So he's scamming others, because we know it's not Johnny Depp. So he's scamming others to send her money back? It doesn't make any sense to me.
He was asking everything of me.
I just need you to accept some money from a few friends of mine. I don't get it.
He had me running to find a Bitcoin machine or something. And he would have me on these long, runs places, taking cabs back and forth and all this other stuff I was doing.
Were you receiving funds on his behalf and you were putting it into a Bitcoin machine, or were you taking money yourself from your own account?
Remember this all correctly. It started with us talking, and then somehow me getting a check sent to my house for $3,000 or something. I was with TD Bank, got kicked out of TD Bank, went into Bank of America, got kicked out of there.
That happens quite often.
So why were you?
To other ladies that were scammed. I haven't watched many of these episodes. I'm basically just a beginner, but I've heard that several times that they were kicked out of a bank.
You kicked out?
They just didn't want me in the banks anymore.
And then how did you send the money the last time Johnny had asked you to send money? About, I think you mentioned a month ago?
I'll just say for right now that it was sent out. And I don't want to tell you how.
She keeps smiling about this. That's weird.
Because I believe it's illegal.
And
Yes.
so, okay, so back when you received the check, was it signed from Johnny or was it signed from someone else?
I can't remember, to be honest.
So you're accepting money from different people?
I don't know. I know that in the PayPal app, he put $800 and something in there, and then he sent it to other people.
What?
There was a point.
I need you to take that money out of your PayPal and buy 3 iPhones. Oh my gosh. Why would Johnny Depp need 3 iPhones, girl? Get real.
And he sent money to my PayPal account. or 3 iPhones.
You could tell Angela
Wait, and $800 for 3 iPhones? That's not gonna work.
wasn't telling us everything. She knew something wasn't right with the money she received from Johnny Depp, yet it seemed he always had some way of convincing her that he was in fact the real Johnny Depp.
Well, she doesn't seem like she's the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I'm saying.
Can you give me some backstory on the photo of him holding the photo of you?
Part was very weird for me because we were on the Discord app, and he said to me, if you ever tell anybody of the way that he does things, his way of doing things.
If you ever tell anyone about any of this, you'd be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, 'cause she's a money mule and part of money laundering, international level.
If I ever told anybody, I'd get in
Please keep all of this between me and you, Angela.
trouble. And the next thing I know, I got this picture sent to me with me in the frame, and he's holding the picture. And I'm
Anybody can do that right now. Even kids would be able to do that on their computer. I will always love you, Angela.
like, what the heck? How do you do that? You know, I'm like, how did that happen that quick?
What is the outcome that you wish out of the relationship that you have with Johnny? What do you want out of this?
The NFT out of this that was promised to me in the beginning for the hospital. He promised me that he would sign my hat that I had, and we would go together to Mount Sinai to present that. That was like my biggest thing. I wanted to do the NFT. If we were to present it together, that would even be better. If not, fine.
So how long has it been since? How can you believe one excuse after another for months on end? Didn't they say in the beginning that she's been in touch with him for a year now?
We'll take everything that you sent us, and then we'll start to look into it, and then we'll give you a call back, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Angela. Nice meeting you.
Sounds good.
Well, Seekers, I'd say we had quite the task ahead of us. We knew we needed to break down every piece of information to get through to Angela. So many red flags in this story. The only way to stop this scam was to come to her with all of the facts.
So this week's case, she thinks she's talking to Johnny Depp. It's been going on for over 9 months. I think you guys chatted with her last week.
Angela had mentioned there were some reasons why she felt like she was talking to the real Johnny Depp. He sold her an NFT. And then also she had mentioned Johnny was holding up a picture frame with her picture inside of it, and she felt like the fact that he sent that to her very quickly, that it had to be a real picture.
She truly, I'm sorry, but like she really thought that that was a real picture.
I actually found the real image here. It's on a psychology blog. It's a man here holding up a Trailblazer sign. Definitely photoshopped. We also believe that his tattoos on his hands are photoshopped as well, because we have the real images of his tattoos and they don't match the ones in the picture.
Well, I find it interesting because she said she knows Johnny so well that she's memorized his tattoos.
The face that they used is literally the poster board image used for his trial.
We gotta help her out. As clear as it is to us that this is not what's really going on, she truly believes it for some reason, whether it's cognitive bias or whatever. So we gotta put all the deets together and really try to convince her.
Sure.
What's deep?
Details. Details. Who's details? That's my wife busting my balls all the time. About 34 times a day this shit happens.
After a few days of digging, we finally felt that we had enough information to sit down with Angela. But things got a little confrontational.
I'm a little offended about what he said, because that's not altogether the story. You're not getting it all right.
Yeah, I don't agree. I'm sorry.
How's your day so far?
Oh, it's just been such an emotional roller coaster lately. This whole thing going on for like 9 months. I'm
I thought they said a year in the beginning.
hoping that whatever it is that you have to say to me, I hope that you people did your research well.
So what is your heart telling you? What deep down inside?
In my heart, this is Johnny Depp.
Mm-mm.
This has got to be. You know, you had asked me, Brianne, what would I do if I actually met him or something? You know, I think I would say thank you. And can I have my NFT now so I can bring it to the hospital?
Brienne has a lot of information on the NFT specifically. So I'll let her hop into that.
Please, thank you. I would appreciate it.
So you had sent over an image that was from Johnny Depp, and this was a piece of art, and he stated to you that this was an NFT, and then you've been under the impression that you have been sending funds over for this NFT, correct?
Yes. I mean, if anything, that's what I thought was for sure.
So we used our reverse image search tools to confirm this art, and what we had found was that it truly is a piece of art from Johnny Depp. And we also looked through a website that showcases his art, and what we had found was these are pieces of his collection that are not associated with the NFT. We were not able to find any information to support that this piece of art was actually ever used as an NFT.
Wow.
So if you go on his website, he does have a section where he sells the NFTs, but he also has artwork.
From what you're telling me, you're saying that this piece never made it into the, I guess, the selling ground. So I really don't know what to say to that because that was the one that we talked about.
Yeah, so actually the original piece of art doesn't have the purple background.
This Marlon Brando portrait was a piece of art that Johnny Depp worked on, but it was not an NFT. The person who sent this to Angela stole this from Johnny Depp's art gallery and just switched out the background. Johnny Depp's NFT art designs are also a completely different style from his hand paintings. And we also didn't find any indication of this specific painting being for sale anywhere on the internet.
We'd like to jump into the image that you had sent over to us. How long had you been talking to Johnny before he had sent this image to you?
2 months around, I would say.
So we're gonna look at this image verification here. We've got Johnny on one side. This is the actual match from the image you had sent us. So we found where this image came from. This has been photoshopped. We have Johnny's face on another person's body.
Wow. Huh?
Right?
People are good. People are good. Let me tell you.
We looked into the tattoos placed on his arms. Some of the tattoos don't match where they need to be. And then he's also missing one here on his right hand. I think he has a bird here. The other tattoo, it's like an oval shaped tattoo that they placed here. That's actually on the wrong arm. It should be over here on this other arm.
Oh, wow.
So we provided links to show you what his tattoos look like and where they should be placed.
Most of them I know by heart at this point. Yeah, by heart.
You mentioning that you know his tattoos by heart. Did you notice anything funny about this?
Well, I can guess because I've done graphic art myself. So it's very easy. Yeah, I could see that. Sure I can. One point I did a banner for 9/11. You know that? And I took a picture of New York and I put it in the background. And then I graphically did the rest of the art on top of it. So I know that it can be done. I know that it can be done. It's not
Then why is it so hard for her to believe that they just faked this?
that it can't be done.
Or you already knew where the placement of Johnny Depp's tattoos were? You have a background in graphic design. What do you think was stopping you from seeing that this was a fake photo?
For the head being on the body, I didn't even figure that that was photoshopped. The only thing that I started to look at was the edges of where my picture was, that I could see that, oh, wait, this looks like somebody put something on top, or, there's something underneath there.
And she said earlier that she couldn't believe how fast he did that. Of course he didn't. Of course he could have prepared that, right? Unless what they're not telling us is that this is a screenshot from that. No, they didn't have any video chat, so it couldn't have been from a video chat. I don't know. I'm not sure, guys. These episodes, I don't know. There's so much information that's missing.
And knowing his tats, like what's on the screen there, knowing on the fingers and the thing, and oh man, it's like it just, but it really just blows the mind.
Donating the NFT to the hospital was so important to Angela, she blocked out all of the red flags. After revealing the truth, it became obvious to her. What do you think the reason Angela couldn't see all of the signs?
Yeah, and for months on end, I mean, come on. For months on end, maybe weeks, but then I would think, wait, I haven't spoken to him, I haven't had a phone call with him. It's all strange, and she just keeps going for months on end.
Let us know in the comment section below.
They, after researching all of this information, verifying everything for you, we can say without a doubt that you are not talking to the real Johnny Depp.
But in a way, I wish that Johnny would see this so that he would know that one of his fans, or one of the people that admired him, really got hurt.
But that is not his job. He has no control over what other people do and how they pretend to be him.
By this. Really got hurt by this.
It's unfortunate though, because there's not much he can do. He on the flip side, he's a victim as well. There's nothing that he can do to keep from people stealing his images and creating fake relationships.
That's horrible.
I can only imagine how many people reach out to him on a daily telling him that, hey, look, I was scammed by your images. I was scammed by someone who reached out to me. I mean, this guy's probably been bombarded on a weekly basis.
I mean, like within myself, if I was a celebrity and that was going on, I don't know. I kind of have a different outlook on that for myself. Like I would see myself fighting all of that as hard as I could to keep my name well within the right.
But then it would be like a full-time job and he wouldn't be able to do anything else.
Because that's a horrible thing to do to somebody. On either end of it, whether it's forward, his end, or backwards, my end, whichever you want to call it.
Yeah, but every celebrity is probably counting on people not being so gullible,
That part of it is really, really, that's hard. But I know if it was me, I would be fighting like a banshee out of hell to make sure that nobody was, doing that to somebody.
She's talking crazy.
That would be me. But that's just me.
And to Johnny's defense, I think that's what he's tried to do here. He has this message. He says, hey, look, guys, here are my
working hard enough. Half of these cases that they should. And that's how I feel about it. Because for someone to get to me like that, I mean, I know I'm not stupid. That much.
Debatable.
I know. But for somebody to get to me like that, that's like, like I said, if it was me, I'd have a whole team behind me of people that were just there for that reason.
What are they supposed to do? Comb through the internet and see if anybody's using his images? She's a little delulu.
To protect my rights, my copyrighted stuff, all my stuff.
Well, if Johnny could hear you and know your story, what do you think he could do to help you?
Okay, well, if he ever sees it, I would say, Johnny, as a person who has admired your work, enjoyed your music, enjoyed your art, there were so many of us out there that are getting hit by these scammers, and I think you need to beef up your legal team and
Why he's not involved?
somehow try to do right by the people that were hurt by these other people claiming to be you.
I absolutely disagree.
It's not just like a punch in the face, it hurts.
Yeah, but maybe it's just caused by your lack of critical thinking and red flags coming up. How can you send thousands of dollars to somebody you've never spoken to on the phone or in a video conference?
And I would suggest that he be stronger in that area
Unbelievable. Very delusional on her part.
of his life to make sure that he beefs up his legal team. I'm sorry isn't gonna cut it.
He doesn't even have to apologize. He wasn't involved.
And I mean, I'm sorry is not gonna cut it. I believe where I started is where I should finish. And he should donate the NFT to Mount Sinai Hospital in the name of bone research.
Wow. She's not even aware of the fact that he wasn't part of that conversation. She had that conversation with the scammer.
I feel terrible that you had to go through this situation with Johnny Depp, with this fake Johnny Depp. But at the same time, you have to take accountabilities for some of the things that you didn't see through this whole thing, right? The red flags that you didn't see. The mistakes that you made, Johnny Depp doesn't have to clean up those.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, this was a costly mistake for you. But Johnny Depp having to come in and clean up some of the stuff that you weren't able to see, I think he has bigger fish to fry, right?
Well,
Oh, I'm sure he does. But the thing is, it doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with a promise that was made.
by a scammer. Angela, get real.
Yeah, I don't agree. I'm sorry. I don't agree. I am sorry. I am sorry that this happened to you, though, Angela.
Yes, I'm a little offended about what he said because that's not altogether the story. You're not getting it all right.
Yeah, I know, and I hear you that promises were made, and it's extremely defeating when they're not held up, right? And so,
It's not like I can't handle the defeat. That's not the problem. I just don't appreciate what your partner said in the sense of he's got bigger fish to fry. Let me tell you something. Johnny is a person who is very gentle with his fans. He's gentle with his ways.
That's why you should have known that he would never do what you believed he was doing.
And he's very loving and kind man. So for your partner to kind of say that in a way, that's like a little degrading, and I didn't like it.
Well, maybe because you don't identify with your own stupidity, but it's definitely there.
If it was me and I was a celebrity and something had happened to one of my fans, or what he calls family, not even fans, he calls them family, his family. Something like that happened, boy, I'd be there.
Unbelievable. He has millions of fans, if not, I don't know, billions, but he has millions of fans worldwide. He can't possibly care for each one of them. He has to be able to count on the fact that we all think rationally and don't believe a scammer telling us fantasy stories about selling his NFTs.
But that's me. That's my attitude with things. I don't say something and not do.
She shocks me a little bit because with her, it's not even that did he say that he loved her? Or that they were gonna get married? There was nothing romantic being said, right? It's all strange. With her, it's not even emotions, it's just wanting that NFT and not getting it, right? Or am I missing something?
You know what I mean? If I make a promise, I keep my promise. If I can't promise you something, I won't make it even known to you. And that's right there. That's what I mean when I say bigger fish to fry. Wait a second. These are his fans to begin with. His family, extension of his family. Okay? So by rights, the man should do what should be done.
So, nope. I absolutely disagree.
Angela, really quick, like I said, just to go back, I'm so sorry that this has happened to you, and I also know that we laid out a bunch of information for you. I don't agree with it, but we can agree to disagree. We're gonna be here to help you repair your credit and to help you report this scam. We don't have to agree, about Johnny Depp, what Johnny Depp should do with his money and time for us to do that together. So let's just work as a team, move forward, and let's figure the rest of this out, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
I think we're gonna wrap it up here, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. And I appreciate all the work that you've done, and I appreciate your time and your effort and everything.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Hi, Chris. How you doing there?
Oh, Angela, this is David McClellan. I'm the CEO of socialcatfish.com. How are you?
Oh, hi, I'm okay. Thank you. I'm a little numb. I just came from the dental office.
Oh, no. That's,
It's okay.
I actually have a surprise for you.
Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, wow.
So-
I have some good news.
Yeah, it's good news. How passionate you were about Mount Sinai, I wanted to do something to try to help you out, right?
Oh, really?
And so
wow.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a donation to Mount Sinai Hospital in your name for the amount
Wow.
Yeah, for the amount of $250.
Nice. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I would really love to bring it home to the point where people really realize that, hey, we need to do more bone research. We need to do more fibro research. We need to do this research.
I'm going to change that amount from $250 to $1,000.
Oh my God. That is so wonderful. That is so wonderful.
Nice.
I'm so happy.
I don't know what happened in the last few seconds for him to decide to increase that amount, but go on, David.
I'm touched. I'm very, very touched.
So I do have one question. It asks me where you want to direct the gift to. So do I just put bone research?
I would put bone research. Yes, bone and fibro.
We're going to follow up with some resources for you, okay?
Sure, that would be great.
All right. I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Angela has cut off communication with the fake Johnny Depp account. We applaud her for her courage and her willingness to take control of the situation as she navigates the aftermath of this ordeal. Okay. It can be a long and painful process, but we will be there every step of the way. One of our top priorities is to help Angela report the scam. We know that she has a long road ahead of her as she recovers from this experience. We want Angela to know that she is not alone. We believe that with time and support, Angela will come out of this experience stronger than ever. Okay, well, I'm a little confused by this episode. I don't know if there was just information missing that made it not so logical, or if it was Angela and the way she was talking, and her also believing that Johnny Depp should spend time and resources on making sure that his fans are not being scammed, or maybe, I don't know, was she even talking about restitution? I'm not sure. I'm a little confused by this episode. Um, but it's pretty clear that Angela is one of the people that did not think logically when she was approached by a stranger on the internet, and she could have figured it out without being in touch with that person for 9 months to 1 year. I don't know what the real amount of time was, but yeah. Hey guys, this is editing me. I really can't make a lot of sense of this episode, and I had a weird feeling about the last episodes too. And here's why: there's information missing, and I'm not sure if it's due to the lack of love for detail on the Catfish team's part, or what is going on. For example, in the beginning they said that she was in touch with Johnny Depp or with the scammer for 1 year. Then it changed to 9 months. There's hardly ever a timeline where they say, okay, so in other episodes they said after 1 week he already told her that he loved her, and this time it wasn't mentioned. She didn't seem like she had any emotions for him, and the thumbnail said she believes Johnny Depp is her boyfriend, and then in the video she said that she's not sure if it's him, and so, you know, all kinds of controversies, and also the thumbnail, Johnny is spelled without an H. I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna do a couple more and see what's going on. But it seems like they're not doing a very good job at putting these details together, methinks, you know. But I'm gonna do a couple more and see if it gets any better, and if it doesn't, I'm just gonna do something else. Because this needs to be, you know, fun for you guys and for me. Otherwise, it's not fun to do, and it's not fun to watch. And so, yeah, this time it really stuck out to me that they're not doing a good job at putting the details together. There are always typos in these episodes. You know, all of a sudden, the chat name is different. That, I think, was the case in the last one, where all of a sudden it said Johnny Depp instead of Chris Brown. And, you know, strange things going on. The next one I'm going to do is, because it was recommended, is going to be Katy Perry. Some scammer pretending to be Katy Perry. I haven't found that episode yet, but I will, and then I will react to it. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching this. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.